Hey everyone, welcome to the day-to-day life in my butterfly garden. Right now, I'm working in my raised planter that I have my swamp milkweed in. I took out the little towers that were in here to protect the milkweed from the rats that kept eating it. They seem to have stopped, which I'm so grateful for. So I had an order of balloon milkweeds and rue that I got in from Joyful Butterfly, and I have the plants sitting out here acclimating. They were in my garden room acclimating for a while, but then I moved them out here so they can acclimate, and now I am ready. I'm gonna plant them in this planter, and yes, the balloon milkweed will get tall, but I don't know, I love it. I think I'll put the balloon milkweed more down on this end to get up tall, and then scatter the rue in and about. So rue is a host plant for eastern black swallowtails, and of course the milkweed is the host to monarch butterflies, queens, and soldiers. I don't get soldiers, but I do get monarchs and queens. So I think it'll be neat to have a combination of two host plants in here for two different butterflies. And plus I have all of my other rue in the same general area. You can see back there is the planter I'm going to be working in, so it's really close by. And a little miss eastern black swallowtail has been laying eggs like crazy all in here. And I also have a lot of bronze fennel in this area too, so the eastern black swallowtails will be thrilled to have even more host plants to lay her eggs on. And you can see on my rue right here, there are some baby eastern black swallowtail caterpillars. And I'm gonna take this cutting and move it into the Lepidarium before these little ones get eaten by predators. And I have plenty of rue to feed them. Oh, there's another one over there. Oh my, that's a lot right there. Right now it's super sunny in the spot and really hot. So what I'm gonna do is, like, there's a few clouds in the sky. I'm gonna wait till a cloud comes. I'm gonna run over here and put some of these in, and you know, back and forth, just waiting on the clouds. And then when it's all done, I will bring you back and show you where I put everything and talk a little bit about the plants. I also have two spice bush plants here. They're just gonna get potted. They're not gonna stay here. I just set them here to acclimate, just in case you saw them in the background. I wanted you to know why they were there. All right. I'll be back. Let me stand back so you can kind of see end to end the whole raised bed. While we're here, I also wanted to show you, I did cover up some of my growing back pipe vine so that the swallowtails cannot lay eggs on it, because I need that to feed caterpillars, and it's been doing really well out here. Actually, I do want to cover like a few more plants, so I might do that a little bit later. But this cover is working wonderfully. Let me show you the milkweed. I cannot tell you how much I absolutely love having those 40 tropical milkweed plants. I just come out here in the morning, pull off the top of the cover and trim stems and take them in. It's so easy. I still am spraying down the cuttings with the hypochlorous acid. Whether that's doing anything, I don't know, but all my butterflies have looked great so far. So we're just gonna keep doing it. And I rinse them off and I put them in. I love this setup. And let me show you some of the top stems were looking older and dry, like they've been around for a while. So as I'm going in and taking cuttings of different sections, I'm also trimming off the top parts of the stems just so that they'll put out fresh growth and I'll know it's fresh and new, and wherever this milkweed was before, it didn't get a buildup of spores on it, and it is growing in so nice and green. This is just a wonderful thing. I just have to remember to come out and water it regularly, which I have been doing, and we've been getting good rain. So if you're going to use tropical milkweed, like, this is the way to go, because it just keeps it at bay and doesn't allow it to do any of the bad things it likes to do for the local ecology, and you can feed caterpillars. Speaking of monarchs, there's a gorgeous one right there. Well, there's two. They're so funny how they just won't leave each other alone. And you guys, while I'm here in the shade on my patio waiting for a cloud, look at what is going on my patio. All these coming up in here, these are plants, like not weeds, but plants. And I don't want to pull it. But it, you know, it's all, well, it's not all, it's a lot of tropical sage and red. Oh my gosh, I love the red, and the swallowtails love the red. So I'm thinking about just letting it grow here. You know, why fight it? My husband and I, we don't even hardly sit over here. My husband will come out and sit sometimes there, but he can get there. He can get there just fine with all these plants. Because weeds keep coming up. I'd rather have tropical sage coming up in between my patio stones than weeds. But is that weird? You know how I always go put in garden pathways after the fact? Well, this time it's like I put in the stepping stones and now I'm putting in the plants. I'm doing it backwards, right? And then we can just walk the stepping stones in and amongst the tropical sage and other things. There are other things. This right here is Florida native plumbago. That's a Florida native poinsettia, which actually I want to take that out because those come up everywhere. But the Florida native plumbago is here. There is also scorpion's tail coming up. This is not native, but you know I love it. There's a porterweed coming up. These are coming up. I don't know what they are, but there's something, I think. They do not seem like weeds. There are privet sennas coming up. So what do you think? Should I just like let it all grow and just let it go wild? Florida native, what could we call this? I mean, it's I can't even talk. Florida native patio plants. I don't know. And you know what else I was thinking? Right here I have these. These are the ones that I pulled out of the planter I was just showing you. And these make me think of, you know, like how you go to a museum and there's sculptures like that you can walk through. I thought, well, I could put some of these up in my patio and then put like Florida native potted plants on top, like on display, maybe ones that are blooming now or something. And then you could walk through the patio steps around the tropical sage and everything coming up, and then some beautiful plants that are up on these little stands. It's just a thought. Let me know what you think. Should I go for it? Why not? I mean, everything else in my garden is wildly different. So it's like I just don't want to fight it anymore. I do not want to pull weeds in here anymore. And I want to love it. And I kind of do like it with all of the tropical sage coming up willy-nilly. Okay, I got all the plants in the planter. Let's go see. I just gave them a big water, but they are looking kind of droopy. So what I ended up doing is I put all the rue across the front, because then it'll fill in and like provide hiding places for all the caterpillars if any of them stay out here and I don't bring them inside to raise. And then I put the milkweeds along the back in front of the trellises, and that way they can grow up and have the support of the trellis behind them. I think that'll look really cool too if they grow up tall, because this is just right on the edge of my garden looking out, you know, so it wouldn't matter if there's something tall coming up right up against the fence. And I just want to mention I have the mountain mint planted in here, and I did a lot of trimming back, but oh my gosh, it smells so good. And some of it was about to bloom, but I had to trim it because it was everywhere, and I'm sure it will bloom again. And it just smells so good. So I love that it's going to be growing all in here. There are so many butterflies around me right now. I don't want to show you because this is ugly. Like, we've got the red trash cans here, but there's a fire bush here, and the zebra longwings love this particular fire bush. This is a Florida native one. I do believe that the Florida native fire bush are more popular with the butterflies than the non-native fire bush plants that I have in my garden. So this one in the corner, which we don't often see on my channel because it's over here in, you know, the land of not the prettiest things in the world. There's usually zebra longwings flying all around it like there are now. Okay, so this is all done, and I'm glad. We're gonna let it grow in and we'll see how it all comes together. And I love having another space for caterpillars to thrive and survive in my backyard butterfly garden. Look at this little Polydamas swallowtail has been laying eggs over the pipe vine. There's pipe vine growing back in here. Yeah, there she goes. She just found one. There's that one, and there's this one. There's hardly any leaves on it. Like, there's a caterpillar on the back of this one. This is a little pipe vine swallowtail caterpillar. So there's two butterflies that host on the pipe vine, the Polydamas swallowtail, which is the one we just saw flying around, and the pipe vine swallowtail, which there's one in this video. I know there is. I don't know if it's before or after this part we're doing now. I don't remember. She's trying to lay eggs as I'm holding the plant. And there's more over here. So these pipe vine plants here are all grown back too. And there she is, checking it out. The sweetest thing. I wish I had tons more pipe vine for them. I wish it would grow like my Passiflora incarnata. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, that would be fabulous. Oh look, there's a monarch on my orange cestrum. This is a little male. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. So beautiful. There is a gorgeous pipe vine swallowtail on the zinnias over there flying around. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I wonder if it's a new one. I say that all the time, don't I? I know. But it is pretty perfect. I'm going to try and get closer so you can see. Look at it. I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. Every time I walk by this bronze fennel, there's another caterpillar. It's this very same one. So, yes, I'll take him in. I mean, everybody else is in, right? Can't leave him out here. Are you noticing all the eggs? Are you noticing? This is going to be a common... Look at them all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you get to come in. We'll see about the rest of you. You guys, I got some new seeds and we're gonna get them started right now. Do a quick cleanup. Okay, recently I ordered a lot of seeds that I haven't shown you. So I've got some dahlia zinnias, which are beautiful. Zinnias, I don't think I have any in my garden right now. Cactus flowered, I love them. A fresh bag of Mexican sunflowers. These are the ones that I grow, that I buy on Amazon. I think I got all these seeds on Amazon, pretty sure. Super giant cactus zinnia seeds. I'm excited about these. I love the cactus ones. And I also got these. This is the hibiscus rose mallow, the militaris, the one I don't have. So we're going to try starting some of those. And I think that's it for now. So I want to do a row of the hibiscus militaris. I'll do 4. And I'm going to do 3 rows of the super giant cactus. And then the last 2, I'll do the dahlia zinnias. I'm just going to kind of randomly sprinkle and spread the zinnia seeds. Now for that tray there, I forgot I have other seeds I ordered. I think I already showed these to you because they're open. The California Giants and this crazy blend. So I'll probably put the crazy blend in the other whole tray and we'll see what we get. I put a lot of the crazy blend on. This is a little seed starter. I'm just going to sprinkle it over top and get them watered in and we'll see how they grow. Now we're going to pop into the Lepidarium where I totally changed up the setup in there and I absolutely love it. We'll start on the far end with the Polydamas swallowtail caterpillars. So I now have them set up in cuttings of pipe vine because I've noticed that if I put the potted plant and then they eat it all the way down, because sometimes they'll do that overnight and there's nothing left on the plant, I feel it has a harder time growing back. Look at them all. And they are going through it, let me tell you. So what I have done for them is, well, first of all, look at all the frass. But I'm really, really loving this. What is this? Vermiculite. I love it. So I put one screen on, and you know, I've said before, these guys, they fall so easily. They're clumsy little guys. And they would still get down into the vermiculite and frass. So then I layered another piece on top, but I offset it so the frass can still fall through, but the openings are too small for the caterpillar, so they cannot fall down and get into the vermiculite and the frass. And it is working. I've seen several times caterpillars crawling on the screen to get back up to their pipe vine they fell off of, but they're not getting down in the frass. And that is fantastic. I couldn't be happier with this setup. This is just a basket that happens to have squares that the floral tubes fit in. And how you can get these is like I pick them up at like TJ Maxx, places like that. And I would carry a floral tube in my purse and just pop it out and see if it fit in the tray. And if it did, then I'd buy the tray. And I have a nice little collection of these. They're all different types of baskets. Like right next door is this one, which is housing the new friends. That's right. So Catherine reached out to me and said the Atalas were eating all of her Kunti, and could she gift some to me? And I said, absolutely. And they're all older. Like I hardly get to see them as caterpillars at all because they're all about to pupate. And what I really wanted to do is just put them as caterpillars out in my garden, because I think if they actually eat some of the Kunti there and pupate there, I'll have a better chance of getting them to colonize my garden. But they're so old that I couldn't tell, like, were they getting ready to pupate, because once they attach, you don't want to move them. So anyway, here they are again, and we'll see what happens with them. But I'm glad to have another chance with them. And oh my gosh, it's like I'm just gonna eat this stem right here. Mm-hmm. One of them pupated someplace. Oh, it was on the edge. It was on the, of course, it was on the edge underneath one of these. You know, you try and think of everything, and it wasn't the only one. One of the Eastern Black Swallowtails did the same. So they're actually up here together. There's the Eastern Black Swallowtail, and there is the little Atala. I hung them up on the dowels at the top of the Lepidarium. And one of you was asking about the little pockets. So I told you I wasn't stapling them anymore. I'm just using the little clips, one on this side, one on this side, tuck them in, and then I use a clip to hook it to the dowel. But all that is a little rectangle of paper towel, and I just fold it halfway up and then clip it closed and clip it closed, so it's a little pocket, and then he fits right in. See, right in there. And it works very well. Only for swallowtails, nobody else. Everybody closes different. If you put anyone else in the pocket, they might not survive and you will not be happy. So the second tray only have one screen over because these guys don't fall like they do. I'm sorry to be talking about you. Look how chunky he is. You, sir, need to stop eating and go pupate. You're eating all my pipe vine. And yes, I did place another order. These guys are going to put me out of house and home. I'm going to be living in a garden space with polydamas swallowtail caterpillars. The pipe vine can't grow fast enough. Look how adorable they are. Okay, back over here. Stay over here. Okay, so the Zatellas are beautiful. And of course, we'll see them as little butterflies when they're ready. And their host plant is Kunti. There is also, I'm not sure what this is. Some of them had crawled onto it to pupate, and so Catherine just gave me the whole stem of whatever that was. And that is what these guys are on. Okay, I'm starting to lose my good light. I gotta talk faster and stop getting distracted by these guys. They're so cute though. These are monarch caterpillars on a tropical milkweed. I know. There's some Asclepias incarnata in there, and there's a lot of them. My husband was just sitting out and on the patio, and he comes walking in, and he said, "Where do you want me to put this little straggler?" And he found one this size. This could be it. Crawling across the patio. I don't even have any milkweed out there. I can't even imagine how it ended up there, but he's in here now. So it was so fun going out and lifting up my little net this morning and taking some fresh cuttings. I sprayed them all down with hypochlorous acid and then took them in and washed them in the kitchen. You know, who washes their milkweed in the kitchen sink? I do. And brought it out for them. So here we go. We're on our way with the monarchs, and I hope that you guys are going to go watch some of the old videos I put in that new playlist. And Tyler, thank you for renaming it the stages of my hair, or as my hair changes. I don't remember what exactly you said in the comment, because oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, when my daughter was home from Wales, she said, "Mom, I am so glad I have straight hair. I used to not love my straight hair," she said, "but I can just wake up and go, and it always looks the same." And because my hair is curly, and she sees what I go through, she said, "Your hair never looks the same." I said, "I know. You just never know what you're going to get." And then you're at home and you think it's looking good, and then you go out and do stuff, and you come home and you see yourself in the mirror and you about die because your hair took on a life of its own. This morning, my hair was standing straight up when I got up. I walked out and I looked at my husband. I said, "I look like an anime character." I said, "Look at my hair." He laughed. Anyway, yeah, my hair is a story of its own. Okay, so right next door to the monarchs are little tiny cuttings of, oh my gosh, pipe vine. Why is that? Because, let me pull out the little floral tube. I found some babies, and I had to hide them over here away from them, because unfortunately the big pipe vine caterpillars will eat right through the babies, unaware of what they're doing. They just think it's part of the leaf. So I have them hidden over here, and let me tell you, I have already pulled 3 pipe vine bigger caterpillars off and put them back over there, and I keep getting them more and more pipe vine to keep them there and leave these little adorable guys alone. So I might have to take them out. You know what? I could put them over with the giant swallowtails. Maybe I'll do that. And then what is this here? Why, it's my spice bush that came from Joyful Butterfly. I ordered 4. And why are they in the Lepidarium? Because I was sitting out here this morning looking at them, because I keep in my garden room so they can acclimate, and I saw all these little folds on them, and I thought, oh my gosh, did they come with eggs on them? And sure enough, there's babies. There must have been eggs on them when they shipped them to me. So of the 4 plants, 2 of them had, let me fold you back in, you're nice and safe. 2 of them had eggs on them. You can see all the little folds. There's babies in all of those. I was so thrilled. And then only one of the eggs I brought in hatched from when we saw the spice bush swallowtail laying eggs. And so I stuck the leaf it's on right there on here so it can crawl out and be on this plant, because it's going to be about the same size as the guys that are on here. So I checked recently and they did have more spice bush in stock. Like, they sold out after I bought these. They got more in, and hopefully they still, no, they got more in and they sold out again and they got more in. So hopefully they have some. If you were looking for them, I would just check every day. There's another little fold right there. Oh my gosh. So yay, that's exciting. So much excitement in the Lepidarium. And then, you know, we've seen little Miss Ma'am out there laying all her eggs, and that cutting I talked about earlier, I did bring in. There's a little caterpillar right there, and some eggs came in with it. So I have a lot of Eastern Black Swallowtail caterpillars. I've already had a round of them go pupate. So this is like the second group. I have tons of rue, so I do not worry about running out of food for them. Unlike these guys. And so here's the whole setup from afar. They all have trays of vermiculite. This one, to make it sturdy, remember I was putting the dowels in to hold them straight? Well, I put one of those little shelf squares in, you know, those underneath it, and it gives much more support to hold things that are standing on it, like my potted spice bush plants. That's spice bush, those are spice bush swallowtails. I hope I said that. And then this is a paper basket holder thing. Again, I got from, you know, it was maybe Target. And the little, oh my gosh, floral tubes. They're floral tubes. They're actually being supported in the vermiculite. These guys don't tend to fall, so it's a non-issue. So everybody's got a little bit different setup. And then I have the screen on the back that I have a bunch of chrysalides hooked to, and the dowels running across that there are a bunch of chrysalides on. And one other thing I want to mention is cleanliness. So it's not like I can just, you know, empty out the Lepidarium and take it out and clean it, because there's people in here who are actually attached to the Lepidarium, and you know, that's just not going to work. But what I do have is I use these germicidal bleach wipes I get on Amazon. And they're little squares, they're not really big, but I can wipe down the small section at a time, and I wipe it down, I let it dry, and then I go over it with a wet paper towel just to rinse off any bleach residue. And that keeps everything killed and fresh, all the bad stuff, because you can get sick caterpillars. There's a lot of caterpillar diseases out there, like Black Death, which is not fun, and I've had it happen to me before. So cleanliness is everything. I will also use one of these wipes, and when I get a good space on the dowels, I'll run the wipe on part of the dowel that doesn't have somebody on it, just to make sure we're staying fresh and clean. When like a caterpillar, when a butterfly ecloses, see how the chrysolite is attached with the floss? I'll pull the empty chrysolite out and I'll wipe that spot with a bleach wipe. So, and then like I'll go over the back plastic part, and I'll go over parts of this when I have a clear space, just to make sure we're spick and span in here and everybody's healthy. All right, let's go check in on the giants real quick, and then we'll get those seeds going. All right, the giant swallowtails are on the tray with the vermiculite, and they too have the double layer of the screen with the tiny squares and the shelf piece that's sturdier and will hold the water bottles. And I have my one giant swallowtail left. Everybody else has pupated, but the eggs I brought in did hatch. So there are babies. There's also some eggs that haven't hatched yet. And then there's 3 or 4 babies. Probably more. There's probably some down in there. And I definitely need to go check for more, because I've seen a lot of giant swallowtail action in my garden. And I just released a gorgeous giant swallowtail this morning. So that is the Lepidarium tour for the moment. Now I have a couple things in my garden I want to show you, and there are butterflies everywhere, so we're gonna see who I can catch on camera. My husband has been working back here for me. This is all full of weeds, that pumpkin vine and everything. So look how gorgeous my Cactus, candlestick cassia that was gifted to me from a good friend. And my sweet acacia is really growing in. Seems like it really likes the spot I chose for it in my garden. And look at my little banana tree that another friend gave me, and is so happy and is growing. Look at it. It was a little thing when she brought it. So yay. Thank you, Stacy. I love my banana tree. I still have the other ones in pots. I haven't decided what to do with them yet. This whole back section of my garden, we're back against the back fence. The garden chairs are like right over there. But the zebra longlegs just love going through back here. And of course there's a bunch of their host plant. You can see there's one of the passiflora incense flowers blooming right there. But it's growing all along the fence back here. And it's just so pretty. They're just always fluttering through, except for right this minute when I'm filming. They'll be back. There's 2 Polydamas swallowtails in there right now. There's my huge bald cypress tree. It's the potted tree house too. The whole back here is now, see up that tree there? That is all Passiflora incense. It's all grown up over, and look at all the blooms. This is all host plant for zebra longwings and Gulf fritillaries. It's incredible. I need that much pipe vine. That's what I was talking about earlier. I want my pipe vine like this too. That would be dreamy. Speaking of Gulf fritillaries, there's one right there on my white pentas. There's a little fiery skipper. I love them. It's a little long-tailed skipper. And you guys look right here. My button bush has a button eye. I'm so excited. I saw this the other day and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to remember to film that. Oh, there's another button. Look right here. Oh, there's multiple. There's baby buttons. So soon we are going to be able to see these fantastic flowers on this plant. And look at how happy all of my mallows are. And the seeds that I started in this video, I'm going to show you at the end because it's been a minute. They've germinated. So the missing mallow that's going to go in here has germinated, and so hopefully it will grow and I'll be able to add it to this pot of butterfly host plants for a lot of butterflies and moths. Look at this adorable sunshine mimosa. I love these things. I want them everywhere. They're growing back here in this corner of my garden by my wild lime trees, but I should try and transplant some, get them out, or hanging basket. Oh yes, these would be cool in a hanging basket. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh, that giant swallowtail I took pictures of the other day and put in our community is back. Look at its wings. This is the second day in a row it's been in my garden. And look, and it is flying with those wings. It's crazy. I mean, it's wonderful. Something tried to get that beautiful butterfly. Well, here's a Gulf fritillary now. It flew off. Something tried to get it, and it got away and survived, and is still able to fly with those wings. Isn't that something? Like right here, right now, there's a little horse's dusky wing flying around. A long-tailed skipper, Gulf fritillaries, zebra longwings. There was just a polydama swallowtail. I want to grow more of those butterscotch Mexican sunflowers too, because butterflies love them. Like they go to them as much as they go to the orange ones. That's a little Gulf fritillary down there on one of them. I need to remember to start more of those seeds. Well, a long-tailed skipper just landed there too. It's 8:30. I just came out and watered a couple potted things, and I'm heading in now. But I just thought I'd film my garden at 8:30 at night so you can see kind of what it looks like. Hey everyone, good morning. I came out this morning about 6 mowing. I've come to decide that every day somebody's going to be using. Oh my goodness. Would you look who is right there is a polydama swallowtail, and he's stuck between the screen and the window. But it's open down there, so I'm gonna have to try and tap him to make him fall and get him out. All right, well, never mind what I was about to say. I'm gonna go rescue this little one. I'll be right back. I'm on the inside of my vinyl windows, but I literally had to push this open and pull this out and hold it open, and then I was able to stick my other hand in there and grab it between two fingers, and I got it, and it's out. So what I was saying is, I feel like there's always somebody using a power tool or a mower, a leaf blower, a weed whacker at almost every moment of the day. And I come out to film. I'm at the mercy of my entire neighborhood. And I hope you don't hear it as loudly as I hear it, but there's definitely a mower going. And we're just going to ignore it. Okay, so this morning, immediately when I came out the door, I was bringing Ringo out at like 6:30 this morning. And one of my giant cactus plants had fallen over right across the doorway. So it was this giant cactus right here. Look how tall. And it was laying on the ground right in front of the doorway. Oh my gosh, that mower. Why can't people, like, not people like my neighbors, I love my neighbors, but the people who invent outdoor equipment, lawn equipment, why can't they make them quiet? There has got to be a way to put mufflers on lawnmowers or something so the entire neighborhood does not have to hear when people are working in their yard. Because I love working in the yard. I'm not, it's just the noise. There's got to be a way. Okay, so anyway, this giant thing fell over this way, laying right in front of the door. And there's Ringo needing to go out and me needing to get through. So immediately I think, pick it up, stand it up, right? Pick it up, stand it up. Hello, it's a cactus. So there's me, these little hands, pick it up, stand it up. And this cactus has those little spicules on it, those little invisible needles, all in both my hands. So then I got it up. A big piece broke off, which I stuck in a pot right here. And hopefully it'll root and take. And I'll tell you a funny story. There's just so much. I could go on forever. Anyway, I got this in the pot. I got that stood up, took Ringo out, went back in and spent, a long time with my super intense reading glasses and tweezers, picking all those little almost impossible to see spicules out of my hand. I think I still have some in there. So if you see a fallen over cactus, don't just pick it up and stand it up. Put some gloves on first. Okay, so the funny story is I told my husband about the whole cactus thing this morning, and he said, well, we got to trim down those cactus plants anyway because they shouldn't be like up touching the roof. And we think that, little creatures use them to climb up to get to places to hide and make nests. And, we don't want that. So then I said to him, well, you got to wait till I get some more pots. So when we cut them off, we can stick them in pots so they can keep growing. And he said, why can't we just toss them? And I said, well, because they're plants. Like, we can grow new ones. And he said, when we trim other plants, we just toss what we trim. And I was like, oh, we kind of do, don't we? But in my mind, you can't toss a trimmed cactus. It must go in a pot, and it must be grown. Somehow, in my little world, that has become a rule. So I gotta get some pots for when we trim the cactus plants. Next, I want to show you, these are the seedlings that I planted earlier in this video. Enough time has gone by since we did that I can show you the results. And look, my hibiscus militaris, I think they all came up. So super exciting. I'm gonna have, for sure, hopefully, well, if they continue to grow well, I'll have one to put out in my pot to complete my collection of the mallows. And look at all of these. But even better, look at all of those. These are the ones that was from that multi-pack. The crazy blend, I'd say it's crazy, all right. I mean, look at them. So that was, I can't get the tag back in. Go ahead. There we go. That was definitely a crazy blend. So those will be linked below in my Amazon storefront, which you can find in the description section of my videos. And again, these ones, let me see who Looks like everybody came up. I did them in rows this way. Maybe the dahlia zinnias are the least productive because I only got 5, but everybody else looks good. So, and I'm excited about these guys, so yay. So another neighbor just started, so now we've got garden equipment and stereo. We had a really good rain last night, and it's overcast today, which is probably why everyone's out with all of their garden equipment, because it's cool and comfortable and I love it. But this would be a great day to come sit in the garden and relax, read a book. There's butterflies flying everywhere, and listen to the vibrational energy of lawn equipment. So on that note, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in a video like this next week. But I'll see you on Friday just to have a hangout in one of the sections of my garden, or 2 of the sections of my garden. I hope all is well with you. Post pictures of your gardens in the community post, and become a channel member, $4.99 a month. Help support everything I'm doing here, and I love it, and I appreciate those of you who are members. Thank you so much. Oh, tap the like button, and I will see you in my next video. I'm gonna go listen to the sounds of lawn equipment. Bye everyone. Hey guys, one more quick thing I want to show you on my channel page. You know how my little YouTube store, see how it says Butterfly Gardening Inspiration Store? Well, I have something new. Look, I figured out how to take my photographs and turn them into stickers. So you can go down, and that's an actual photo I took of a monarch butterfly on a Mexican sunflower in my garden. And you can buy stickers. That's all I have in my store now, are stickers. It took me a minute to figure out how to do this. But I think they're cute, and it's a fun little way you can support my channel, but also have some of my butterflies and caterpillars in your life somewhere, maybe stuck in your gardening journal or something. And so you can click visit store, and then we can see them all. There they all are. Aren't they cute? Even a little horse is dusky wing. Look at that one with them on the egg. I made those. Can you believe it? So I think they are, I don't know, how much are they? Look how pretty that one is. Let me tap it. Let's see how much. Oh, $1.99. $1.99, right? So go buy a sticker, y'all. Oh, cookies. Oh my gosh, don't you get so tired of that cookie thing? Do we not all know there's cookies? So go buy a sticker, and I'll be adding new ones here and there as I make them. And I just think it's fun. How do I get out of here so I can go back to all of them? Is it that? Am I back? No. How do I get back? This is how I live my life, y'all. How do I get back? Oh, wait, here, YouTube. Back to YouTube. There we go. Okay. All right, so oh, there's more. These are like some of my old designs that I have. This is like my logo. If you buy some of my red pentas, there's a little popsicle stick in there, and it has this stamp on it. Oh gosh, well, that stamp on it. Here I am again now. I want to go back to YouTube. There we go. And put a little habitat back on the planet. Hey, y'all, look, it's a monarch. Easily distracted by butterflies. But I like these ones the best. Look, there's a Natala. So these are my stickers, my photos on flowers or plants in my garden or in the Lepidarium. And you can buy stickers. Okay. I'm going to stop talking about it now. But I just think it's so exciting. Like, I look at that and I think, oh my gosh, I made those, because you don't know how hard me and technology, it takes me a minute. All right, bye everyone.